Welcome to the primary processing floor of the human digestive system. Here, two massive shipments of plant cargo are arriving. On the left, the cargo is raw, rigid, and untouched. On the right, it has been cooked and softened. These two shipments are made of the exact same chemical ingredients, yet one will pass through this facility smoothly, while the other will trigger a chaotic, gas-producing chain reaction. To understand why, we have to look closer at the raw cargo. Zooming in on a raw vegetable reveals a vast geometric matrix of unyielding cellular compartments. Their primary armor is cellulose, a tough fiber forming a rigid wall that locks nutrients inside. Between these walls, sticky pectin acts as dense glue, clamping them tightly together. When we swallow raw vegetables, we aren't actually absorbing free, accessible nutrients. We are swallowing millions of heavily fortified microscopic vaults. As this raw cargo moves down the primary processing floor, the body deploys its main extraction tools, digestive enzymes, to strip away the nutrients. Native human digestive fluids cannot dissolve cellulose armor or melt the pectin glue holding these compartments together. Our internal chemistry lacks the tools to breach these specific materials. Watch as the extraction fluids wash over the raw plant tissue. The structures remain completely intact. The cell walls do not breach. The valuable nutrients stay safely trapped deep inside. Because the small intestine cannot pry these doors open, it has no choice but to reject the cargo. The unbroken cells are forcefully pushed deeper into the facility. Without a way to breach the cellular armor, a raw vegetable ceases to be an immediate energy source. It simply becomes a heavy, unprocessed transport burden moving down the biological pipeline. Now, let's rewind the timeline and follow the second shipment, the cooked vegetables. To understand their journey, we have to look at what happens before they enter the human body, when exposed to water and thermal energy. As temperature rises, pectin glue melts. Rigid cellulose fibers absorb water, expanding their barriers wide. Inside the core, tightly packed crystalline starches undergo starch gelatinization. They absorb boiling water, swelling and melting into soft, formless gels. When this thermally unlocked cargo finally hits the stomach and small intestine, our native human enzymes can instantly access those exposed nutrient gels and extract the energy. Cooking serves as an external digestive organ, completing heavy cellular unlocking before food is even swallowed. Let's return to the raw vegetable pipeline. The unbroken cargo has now bypassed the small intestine and fallen deep into the secondary processing floor, the large intestine. This dark lower floor is populated by a massive community of microscopic recycling engineers known as the gut microbiome. This diagram shows specialized bacteria called bacteroidetes. They possess the exact tools to latch onto rigid plant walls and aggressively crack them open. This chaotic demolition, called fermentation, devours hidden starches, but rapidly releases voluminous clouds of gas. As this gas rapidly accumulates, the atmospheric pressure inside the lower biological processing floor begins to build. The physical space visibly swells and stretches outward. The macroscopic physical sensations of intense bloating, painful pressure, and loud stomach noises are the direct physical symptoms of outsourcing heavy cellular demolition to your microbiome. Structural rigidity is only half the battle. Raw plants carry a secondary, invisible defense mechanism deep into the lower gut. These plants naturally produce chemical shields called xenobiotics. In nature, these compounds are designed specifically to repel and inhibit any microbes that try to consume the plant. Watch what happens when these active xenobiotics encounter our helpful gut bacteria. Acting like microscopic chemical spikes, the plant compounds actively strike and puncture the outer lipid membranes of the microbes trying to digest them. Under this chemical assault, the bacterial workforce is forced to abandon efficient nutrient extraction. Instead, they must expend their biological energy just attempting to repair their torn cells and survive. As damaged bacterial populations die off, the overall diversity of the gut drops. What remains is a highly unbalanced ecosystem, dominated by only a few specialized, stress-resistant species. High volumes of locked raw plants saturate the gut with gas while introducing hostile chemical agents that actively injure the microscopic workforce. This brings us to the hidden protective benefit of the cooked vegetable pipeline. The same thermal energy that melted the plant's physical armor also permanently deactivates and denatures these xenobiotic chemical shields. Inside the cooked pipeline, we see a highly diverse, perfectly balanced community of microbes. They calmly process the soft plant gels without facing membrane damage and without needing to initiate heavy fermentation. Because these protected microbes aren't wasting energy breaking walls or fighting toxins, their full effort goes to realizing heat to break physical vaults and disarm chemical defenses. We spare our internal microbiome from chaotic labor. We transform digestion from a stressful biological battle into a harmonious, high-energy biological flow.